Welcome, welcome. Come alive, St. Pete. I finally get to talk with the magnificent Kyandra Darling. I miss your social media moniker, Key to the City.
That's right.
I thought that was bomb. And so I'm excited to talk with you today. I've been watching you from afar as you've been figuring out. Making your voice heard in this city as one of the youngest social justice civil servants in our community. I guess the best way to start is who is Kyandra Darling?
Well, first and foremost, I'm so grateful to be here and that we have the time together. I think it's great to be able to be on a platform that uplifts local voices to people in community around critical topics. So thank you for inviting me out.
Yeah, man.
So I really like to start with my roots. I'm a fourth generation daughter of St. Petersburg. I find that important to note in a community that is mostly now made up of individuals who move here from other areas.
Right, yeah.
Like
myself.
Right. And I'm also a very proud descendant of the historic gas plant district, which of course has been the center of a lot of activity and community and concern around the redevelopment. And I'm a working mom to a 9-year-old son who certainly keeps me busy. And much of my work throughout my life here in community has been really rooted in building authentic relationships with neighbors and with organizations in order to connect people to be sure that we're moving change forward.
Yeah.
And so I've had the opportunity to work in government, and I've worked in nonprofit leadership as well. And I believe all of that work has really prepared me for this moment where I'm now running for the Florida House of Representatives to ensure that every family has access to the same opportunities and the stability that my son deserves, which is quite simply strong schools, safe neighborhoods, affordable health care, and housing that is actually within reach. So I'm grateful to be a champion of community in this critical moment, and to be looking forward to building a Florida that works for all of us and not just a select few.
Right. And I think that's something that inspires me about you, that I've been able to see, is that you mix and mingle, work with everybody from different walks of life. You can see you on the street drawing in chalk one time, and then see you at a gala in sparkling attire at another, and see you on the forefront, giving inspiration and firing people up against the violence in our community, but then also letting your voice be heard in a way that lifts people up. But the question with all of that, because for many people, they're pigeonholed in who they commune with, but you're not. And so what inspires you to serve the public in the way that you do?
I think too often there are people who are in this community who are left out of the equation. Right?
Yeah.
There are people who feel unseen, they feel unheard, and they don't feel advocated for. And I think that it's really important for somebody who is representing a full community to be intentional in connecting with people across different lived experiences, across different sectors, across race, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, because ultimately the decisions that I'll be making will impact all of us. So I want to make sure that I'm fully informed by the wisdom that exists in this community.
And so what would you say are three life principles that guide you in how you serve and why you serve?
Well, first and foremost, I'll say listening. I think that in order to lead, you have to listen to the people who you serve. There is so much wisdom and power inside of this community, and I tell people often, I never pretend to be an expert in every subject matter.
Right.
I think my greatest strength has been the relationships that I've built, because if I can't answer a question, there's someone that I can call.
Right.
And I can ask that question too, right? And I can get the right answers by having a number of conversations across this community. So I think listening first, and not just coming into a community and trying to lean in on my own wisdom and saying this is what we need, or asking the community for something that I need. So I believe first in coming in and being intentional in listening to the people in the community that I hope to serve. Equity is important. I think as you climb, it's not just about lifting up a few individuals, but instead it's about changing the system.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that everybody has access to the same opportunities. So I try to be really cognizant about what that looks like, using my privilege when I'm allowed into certain spaces to uplift the voices of other people, and to dismantle systems that may put blocks in people's way.
Right.
And then lastly, I would say when it comes to leadership, I think it's important to be resilient.
You have to be.
It's important to be resilient. So often, unplanned things, obstacles come in our way. We experience storms, whether it's in the professional space or the personal space. And in order for us to truly sustain ourselves as leaders, I think you have to be able to take that pain and turn it into purpose.
Yeah.
And so I've really learned how to not be held down or back too long by something I'm experiencing, because I recognize that there are other people in this community who are oftentimes experiencing some of those same challenges. So I draw from strength, and I look for ways that I can create change and be a part of the solution using those lived experiences instead.
Right. Yeah. And so that in and of itself, to me, is what sets great leaders apart from politicians.
Yes.
Because I really do feel that anybody can be a politician, but it takes a real leader to lead change, to push the envelope to a point to where the people can have access to the things that they need just to live.
Right.
And politicians can talk a good game, but then they don't really have the connection to the people. And so that's what I love most about what you inspire and what you bring about. But sometimes a young lady or young man may look at a person like you and say, oh, she's got everything together. She's the one. But the reality is that all of us have had to overcome things. And I believe that most of what we have to overcome are mindsets. And so what would you say is one of the mindsets that you had to overcome or fight through or push through in order to become who you are today?
And that's a great question. I would say that one of the largest mindsets that I've had to overcome has been this idea that leadership looks one way.
Right.
Yeah. As you said, people may look at me and think, oh, well, she has it all together. And I used to believe that you had to be to a certain age, that you had to have acquired enough resources, financial resources, right, in order to really lead. And what I realize is that there has to be diversity in leadership in order for it to truly be representative of the people.
100%.
So instead of thinking, oh, well, I'm younger, I realize that that's a strength to be representative of the next generation in this moment, to be in a space where I can think about what the next 20 years will look like, right? I intimately understand the challenges of today, but also our promises of tomorrow. And I think really leaning in on my lived experiences, some of those things that I may have looked at previously as flaws, and recognizing that there is power in that.
Mm-hmm.
There's power in my story. There's power in my experiences and in my challenges and my ability to overcome those. So I am working on being much more transparent and allowing people to see those pieces of my journey. Because I think it allows for other people to see themselves in that as well, and to believe that they can also overcome the challenges that are also in their way.
100%. And that's something about me. When I left ministry years ago, and when I was coming back, my conversation with God is, hey, if I come back, I'm coming back as me. I'm not wearing robes, because I don't do that. I'm not wearing suits everywhere. I'm dressing the way I dress. I'm speaking the way I speak. But I will stay true to your gospel. I'll stay true to your mission and your purpose for my life. And that was my thing, was that, okay, I can't keep dressing up and trying to be like this pastor or that bishop or that. I have to be who God created me to be. And that's the kind of hope that when I see you operating in this world and in this community, that's why I wanted to interview you. Because for me, I think that the young people in this community need to see people who are real, who are like them, who know how to dance and have a good time, but also handle business.
That's right.
Who know how to comfort, but at the same time will speak truth to power.
That's right.
Who know how to respect our elders, but at the same time can say, hey guys, y'all had this wrong for a long time. And I think we lose that for people trying to wait their time.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
And we forget Jesus was 33 when he died. So that means he had been operating in his late 20s, early 30s. Martin Luther King in his 30s. Like we look at these people and we think they were 60, 70 years old. No, they were young people making life happen. And that's what we're called to do even now. So I'm excited. So you're running for House seat 62?
Yes, that's right.
What sets you apart from others who may be aspiring to sit in that space?
Well, first and foremost, I'm not a career politician, right? Like, I am somebody who has come up in this community through our public schools.
Yeah.
I went off to USF to study political science and really only found myself in this space because I thought I wanted to go to law school. Mm-hmm. And really, I've been called to this space.
Yeah.
It's been out of a need. I began to recognize in stepping into some of these political spaces that I was the only, oftentimes, young person in the room, mm-hmm. or that I was the only black person in the room, or the only person from my neighborhood. And me stepping up to run for this seat became representative of a change that I think we need to see overall in this system.
Yeah.
We need everyday people. I am the only millennial in this race. I am the only woman in this race. And I think it's time for us to have new perspectives and new voices at the table.
Yeah.
The people who have been in Tallahassee, a good bit of them have been there for some time. What does it look like for us to be intentional in succession planning?
Right.
So I see this opportunity not just as a chance for me to go and lead in this state house seat, but for me to be intentional in creating opportunities for other people who are in my community to also step up and lead, to help to lift others as I climb, and to be intentional in succession planning to make sure that there can be more leaders after me.
Right.
So being cognizant of the community that I represent and being a part of the future of Florida,
yeah.
I think at this critical moment, it's important for us to be intentional about investing in the future of Florida.
Yeah.
This is not a time for us to just plan 2 years out. We have to plan for the next decade, for the next few decades.
Right.
What will be the kind of community that we leave behind for our children?
Right.
So I'm rooted here. This is a very personal race, a very personal matter for me, and I'm dedicated. I'm not just looking for another title or the next space for myself in my career. I'm looking for a way to really impact the system in a way that allows other people to be a part of it and to make decisions at the table.
I love that, man. And I know there's a lot of faith leaders that are supporting you. There are a lot of business leaders that are supporting you. And there are a lot of people who are inspired and excited about what you're doing. how can people support where you are? What's the website? How can they get connected to Kyandra?
So my website is my last name, Darling, 4fl.com. And I encourage people to tap in. We are now less than a year out from this election.
Yeah.
At the time that I started talking to people in community about this seat, we were 17 months out. Less than a year doesn't leave us a lot of time to make sure that we are getting the word out to communities, that we are also allowing enough time for people to inform the plan.
Right.
So these are the ways that I ask for people to lean in. At this stage, I'm having conversations with people about their vision for Tallahassee. What are the challenges that they're facing in their communities, and what do they feel we need to get done together to make their lives easier? So I'm asking individuals to lean into that plan by showing up and joining me when we have pop-ups in community, which I push out on social media and also on the website I just mentioned. I'm also asking people to help to share the word with others.
Yeah.
You know, I only know who I know. So I'm relying on this to be a community effort. I need to be sure that for people who are watching this, like it, share it with others, get the word out, make sure that people are paying attention to this next election cycle. It's August of next year, and I need everyone tapped in. So informing the plan by joining the website and coming to the pop-up events and community. When you can, contributing. Because I have to raise money, of course, in order to build a voter outreach program. So I ask for those who can to lean in and to make a contribution. You can also do that on the website. And when it comes time, I am asking for your vote.
Yeah.
If you live in District 62, which is mainly South St. Pete, or Hillsborough County over in Progress Village, Clearmill, Riverview, Gibsonton, pay attention now. And when it comes time, get out and vote. Because the only way that we're going to make change in this community is if we stand up and we fight for it.
Right. Yeah. And that's what we saw in the last election. It wasn't that there was an overwhelming amount of people who voted a certain way. It was that millions and millions, tens of millions of Americans did not vote.
That's right.
Thousands of St. Petians. What do we call it?
St. Petians.
St. Petians. Bergens. I don't know.
That's right. That's right.
But didn't vote.
That's right.
Didn't show up. Didn't come out. And so you get what you vote for or don't vote for. And so I pray that people are getting out. We'll continue to do what we can to support. But as we bring this to a close, I want to ask you this last defining question. What is Kyandra's big three? If someone were to write your life story, what are three major key points that you want to be remembered by?
Certainly. Well, I want to be remembered for being relentless about equity. I think that's a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Making sure that we create opportunities for everybody and that people aren't held back based on race, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, whatever the case. Our differences should not define our ability to access opportunity.
Right.
So I want to be remembered for being relentless about equity. I want to be remembered for creating space for others and for building the bench.
Yeah.
Because I think that this seat is so much bigger than just me. It's about our community. It's about all of us. And lastly, I want to be remembered as somebody who listened and was informed directly by the people.
Yeah.
Because the wisdom is in this community, and I want people to feel like by representing somebody like me, they are directly able to inform what's happening in their government because they have access to me, and that I'm here and I'm listening to them, and I want people to remember me as that person that was willing to take time to listen to their challenges, to hear their stories, and to go and to fight for them in Tallahassee and beyond.
I love it. I love it. I thought you were going to say that you are a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority incorporated. No.
Don't get me started.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So we're inspired by you. I'm inspired by you. And I know that even people who may not have heard yet, have not seen, haven't even dibbled in to who's even running for this House seat. I pray that their eyes will be open, that their hearts will be available to lean in and to support your candidacy for this seat. God is with you. God is with us all. And God is with St. Pete. Thank you for bringing hope to our city. Thank you for bringing hope to District 62 and everything that you will do in your future as a servant of this community.
It's an honor. Thanks for having me.
Hallelujah. Come alive, St. Pete. We with you. Peace.